Are you an employee or an owner of a business? If you are an employee, I would recommend you start taking an owner mindset with your job. Here's what I mean by that. You actually are self-employed. You just don't know it yet. Because let's say your name is Bill. You own Bill Incorporated, not literally incorporated, but you follow my point here. Follow this. You own you. You make the decisions. You are the CEO of your life. You're the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer of everything that you do. You've decided your business plan was to either finish high school or not, perhaps go on to college or a technical school or not. And in your business plan, you decided how much money you're going to earn, and you're going after a certain job or types of jobs that pay a certain amount of money. That's your revenue stream. And you've looked at your expenses like a business does, your household expenses, whether it's rent or mortgage, vehicle expenses, insurances, food, all that, utilities and so on. And you have the income, and you have the expenses, and you have the profit or loss at the end of each month, just like a business. Well, that's your life. So why would you go to work with just an hourly employee mindset? If you approach your job as if you owned it, because you do, you own your job. Even though you work for somebody else and he writes your paycheck, you own that portion of your life. The quality of your work will very likely improve. Because you're not just working for the man. You're not just doing the hourly work or even the salary work that you're being told to do. No, you chose to interview with that company to then go to work for that company. Therefore, you should give that company, which is your one customer, the very best that you have. So think about this. I just mentioned that the company you work for is your one customer. When you own a business, you have customers. And some businesses have so much of their business, of their sales portfolio with one large client, that if they lose that one client, they can be out of business. So what businesses do is ideally you want to have several customers. So if you lose one or two or 10 or 20, if you have a few thousand clients or customers, it's not going to hurt you if you lose one or two, unless it's because of what you provide is so bad you start losing all your customers, and then online reviews get upside down and people stop coming in or hiring you for whatever product or service you provide. Point is, though, your customers can't fire you, yes. But if you work for someone else, you've chosen, and in the negotiating as far as the interview process, when you were first being interviewed for the job and talking about then salary or hourly wage, you've said, I'll even give you exclusivity for my expertise. So for this amount of money that I'm going to charge you, Mr. Customer, employer, but my customer, I'll give you 100% of my services. And I will agree not to have any of the customers besides you. It's your full-time job. But that's the mindset, though. And now you have the one customer. Well, why would you take the chance of upsetting your one customer if you were truly in business as a self-employed person with a business license and all this stuff, right? And you have one client, you are not going to upset that one client, because that one client goes away, you can be out of business if you can't, in fact, find a replacement customer pretty quickly. Well, when you work for someone else, that's what you're doing if you're upsetting the customer, if you're not providing the quality work that the customer is paying for. That customer, your employer, will find another provider of services, employee, to provide the quality work, product, etc., that the customer, the boss, is paying for. Does that make sense? And if you have an ownership mentality while you're working, yes, do all the things you're supposed to do per the boss. But if you have an owner mindset, I think you would likely have a greater probability at some point in your career years of truly starting your own business. But you can't go into, I guess you can, but it's not recommended that you go into an actual opening of your own company with an hourly employee mindset, your company would fail. It just would. Now, I'm not being mean to hourly employees, but the typical hourly employee clocks in, does the minimum, clocks out, goes home, calls in sick, does whatever. The typical hourly mindset or employee kind of mindset. But you change that. If you change that to an ownership mentality, it'll drastically, and I'm telling you, dramatically improve your career satisfaction, the performance on the job, quality of the work, all those things, how you manage your finances, everything about it will improve having that mindset. So if you don't yet have an owner mindset, you should. You really are an owner. Remember, it's a line that I coined years and years ago, that you are self-employed, you just don't know it. And I just gave up the description comments ago, if you will, about why that is the case. So, an owner or an hourly worker, what are you? Well, that depends on your mindset, and only you can change it. Hope you got some value from this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, share. You know what to do. All those good things. And I will see you in the next video.